add more symbols. I can type them in, or my drop-down box are some that I've already put in there. Here's the Canadian. We'll move that to, let's say 10 ticks. Okay, 500 bars. I keep tabbing over. And that's how we build a watch list. And it is, wrong symbol. That's an old one. That's what happened. So we'll go Canadian, December 2010. And you can just keep adding. You can put stocks in there. Here's Bank America, 1 hour, 500 bars. And just keep tabbing over until it drops down. And you can see how you can build a watch list. The more symbols you put in there, that's what they stay. Then you can come up here and you can save it, clear it, do whatever you want to do. If you want to display, we'll shut off the Aussie. Let's turn on Bank America. There it is. Now, RET Pro 4 comes with the Mandy watch list, and that's what we are trading corporately as a company. This is what we're training our clients on. It's a list of futures that is well balanced, everywhere from currencies to metals and gold, indexes, anywhere in the world, at any time zone. This watch list is designed for you to trade at any convenient time in your time zone. And you just go to Load Watch List. There it is, Mandy's watch list, and you can see it has today's date. Select it, hit Open, and it populates my watch list. And you can see it. There we go. It starts coming in there. eSignal is sending all the data into us. Now, there's 102 records in this watch list. Down here it gives us the statistics of what's going on, which one we're loading, which one it's scanning. It typically takes my computer, a good 10 minutes to load and start scanning each of these. Now, I'm not going to do that now. Jerry's got that going on, but I really want to show you quickly. Pull up one more chart. Back to the Aussie. And it doesn't really matter what it is. That's a 1 hour there. Load it in, open it up. Now with the charts, just walk through here real quick. This is the symbol down here in the lower left-hand corner, which will link it to the NinjaTrader. As we move across the bottom to the right, we have our accounts. I've got a SIM account. Now you can trade numerous demo accounts. And on this particular computer, I've got my family members trading too. We each have our own SIM account. This one here, SIM 101, as you can see, is set for $15,000. The risk level is 2%, meaning that if I enter a trade that goes south on me, doesn't work out, my maximum loss is going to be 2% of my portfolio. You can set this to 4%, which we don't recommend. We can set it down to 1% or 0.5%. Many people are trading at 0.5% risk. At the $15,000 account, I have mine set for 2. We can change that. Every morning, you should check your Ninja account balance to see what your trading account is. If the day before you had a $500 day, you'd set that to $15,500. And then start your day. Now it will compute your position sizing and your risk. It will all be automatic based on the number you put in there. If I have another good day, sit down, I'd put 16,000 in there on the next day. So this should reflect accurately what you are trading in your real account. Also, you can, when you move to, let's go to Demo 50, and turn off SIM 101, hit OK, boom. As you see there, that's a $50,000 account with 1% risk. So these things, remember, you can put as many accounts in there as you want, as long as you also have them in NinjaTrader exactly as they're identified here. You can select all. If you want to trade all 3 accounts in this case, you can see how that box would look. Of course, your each one of those has a different account value with a different risk value, so none of those are displayed. So we'll just go back and leave it right there for now. You see that all comes back to me the way I last set it up. Our scan depth over here, again moving on to the right, you can slide this to basically it determines how much your CPU power is going to be used to scan. The more to the right you have it, to the positive side, the more alerts you're probably going to come up with, but the more CPU power you're going to be using. This little thing here, little green bars come out there when you start to overload your CPU. These 4 letters down here are very important. They should always be white. This is the data manager for eSignal, and these are all your eSignal data feeds that are coming in. It says we're online. As long as these are in white, you are receiving data from eSignal. If any of them are in red, you have some issues. That's about it. Up here, you see here's our contract size. We're sitting here with the Australian dollar. It's a $100,000 contract. This is all set by default. Richard's put this into the software with the Mandy's list. Everything is set for you, so you don't have to worry about it. This is every tick, and that's what that little 1/1000th is every tick, and I think that's $10 in the Aussie, but I'm not sure. But I think, is that right, Jerry? $10. You can also come up here and change it from candlesticks to open, high, low, close. We've got our overlay. We don't have any alerts going right now, but you can turn your overlay on or off. Jerry's going to demonstrate all that to you. You can save this chart, but if you have in the workspace, if you have auto record on, every alert a picture is taken of. And when our journal comes out, every trade you take will be put into your journal, and that's a really neat feature coming up. You can print this right up in there. So that, in a nutshell, is what RET Pro 4 is about. I'm going to kick it over to Jerry now, and he's going to start getting into pretty trades and how we interface. Jerry?
All right. Thank you, Cam. That was pretty informative. I learned one thing there today, too, myself. Again, thank you, everybody, for attending our webinar with Sherry and Cameron. We're just here to help you guys out. What I'm going to do here right now is just go through some alerts that we've taken from RET Pro 4 over like the last 30 days and what we look for in a trade and what a pretty alert looks like. So here's one that was in the Swiss franc 10 tick. You can see we have a nice strong, this is part of our rules. This is a nice strong move down, so that's 1. Rule 1 is straight line down. Rule 2, sideways correction. That is definitely sideways. Rule 3, another straight move down, with this and this being at least 100 or 80% or greater. As you can see, we're definitely greater than the 100% move down here, so we have no problem there. Another move up, and then a sideways move. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a good setup, and we'll see what happened with it. Went right to target. Target was hit. Next one we have is in the 10-tick British pound. Again, we have a very large move up, sideways correction, another move up. Don't let these worry about you. We are in the 10-tick time frame, so these move fairly quickly. So would that be considered a straight line in a 10-tick time frame? Yes, it would, because this would bother me in a 2-minute or a 5-minute, these two sides here. Again, we have another straight line down, and it just went dead sideways. Entry signal would be probably right below there. I'd get in it right now. There's that green line is where the alert was brought upon us. And again, that's a pretty trade. To me, it's a very pretty trade. And of course, it hit its target. Next trade we have is in the Swiss franc. Again, here's our move down over here. Kind of made another up move, another down move, and it went sideways, down, up, and then sideways again. This move from here to here is about 2.5 bars, a little bit shorter than we like to see. This would be a wait and hold. The next bar, I'd probably wait one more bar, but the trade looks real. It's a beautiful setup, and let's see what happens with this. I forgot. Here we go, right to the target. So that's another one in the 10-tick time frame. Okay, this one's also 10-tick. We do have some other ones coming up here. Looks like the same trade in the 40-tick. It is. So it's up, sideways, up, down, and there it goes, straight to the target. Here's another one in the 40 tick. That was what we just looked at. This looks much cleaner here, as you can see. I just wanted to let you see it in different time frames and how they do look and how they qualify them. I mean, that to me is a very straight line up, dead sideways, dead up, and of course in this one, dead straight down, dead sideways. Probably about a 25% pullback, no worries, and right to the target. Next one is in the S&P 500. Again, beautiful sideways move. Here's your up move from here to here, which is about 4 grids, which is about, this is about 5 grids. So it qualifies. So your up move here and your up move here are pretty close. This is about 80% of this. So that's a yes, that's a yes, that's a yes, that's a yes, and this is definitely dead way sideways. Not even a thinker. This is just to push that button right away. And that's exactly what it did. Next one is the ENS. It's now a 20 tick, just a little cleaner looking now. So you can see that. Same thing. Now here's a Swiss franc in a 10-minute. Different time frame. We've got a strong move up, a sideways move here, and then she just kind of 45-degree in a very straight line, drop sharply. This is what we'd like to see, the drop here sharper than the drop here, or the rise here. When it's dead sideways, you can see the shoulders are extremely well in position. This is a very well-balanced trade. I mean, I see the target right here. I see it going down to here just because of the nature of this move. We'll see what happens. And it did hit our target. I don't have to aftershot after that, unfortunately. But I feel as a trader, by looking at these charts over the last 4 or 5 months, and when I see a move like that, it usually has a tendency to come right back to where it was.
So that automatic stop came down too.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention. That the stop was here. It moved it right down to here as it kept going sideways. It fulfilled criteria inside of RET Pro 4's engine to go ahead and automatically move that stop loss down for us. So now if we were to get stopped out on this, a very, very minimal trade. You would not lose much at all in that trade. So again, RET Pro 4 thinking about our wallets, our protection. Here's another one. It's kind of wacky looking, but it's a beauty. We got a straight move up, nice sideways move. Now this move here going down, I wouldn't say it's straight. I would consider this whole thing a correction from this whole top here. The pullback here on the left-hand side does not matter. It's not as critical as the pullback on the right. So if this pullback here, like this, if this had come back up to that height, this would be a no trade. It pulled back too far. But since it did not, again, we got a straight, sideways, straight, definitely a straight. Again, we'd like to see this impulse down, very strong in the straight line. Just went dead sideways, and it went right to its target. This is what it's all about, folks. I mean, they don't look that pretty, but they are very pretty to us. Next one is a COMEX 10-minute. Again, another 10-minute time frame in gold. You can see the gull wing that we called it over there, and I think Singapore, Meng Lin called it the gull wing. And you can see a nice straight line up, nice messy correction. Not real straight line going up, not bad, didn't bother me. And then a nice straight line down, followed by this big wild correction. The symmetry is right on the money. Target losses, and really, it's the risk to reward from this point is probably 60-40 in that favor. But the trade is such a good trade, we took it, and it worked. And that's how it goes. And also, as you notice, the blue underlay changes, it gets to a shadow effect. And when we take trades in RET Pro 4, that's how you'll see them in your trading journal. The blue line is the shadow effect telling you where the trade, it was a trade, it was initiated, and whether it hit its stop loss or it hit its target. In this case, it hit its target. So that's absolutely beautiful. I love these. I look for these things all day long. And here's another one in a very, very short time frame in the mini Russell 20 tick. Again, you have a huge move up, followed by a sideways correction, dead sideways, then a nice fast move up, very fast move down, sideways again, sharing a little bit of price point territory in these 2 ticks right here. We took this trade and it went right to its target.